Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from forexnoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of June 2021. Time is 20 past 9 here in the UK. You're looking at an EURCAD daily chart in today's analysis. We're going to be looking for price action setups across all these pairs listed to the right here. So let's dive right into the analysis, guys. First things first, EURCAD, we were looking for price to drop down into the support area. Hasn't done so yet, but it is getting a little bit closer, so still worth looking at. EURCAD, now this one has triggered since yesterday. Basically, what we're trading here is just a bit of a range in between these two areas. So this is the range that we're looking to trade. Why are we looking to trade this range? Well, we'll go actually to the 8-hour chart because it's pretty clear on the 8-hour chart. This range has been holding up for quite some time now. It has quite a lot of bounces within the range. So now we're just looking to get in at the bottom of this range for a long trade. Well, not looking to get in. This trade has triggered. The entry was set yesterday just at the bottom of the range. And the stop is set down here at the 1.4635. Target is set up here at the 1.4798. Has a 3.2R risk to reward ratio. Pretty solid setup. Now this is traded using a hair trigger entry, and what I mean by a hair trigger entry is that the entry is just set before price even reaches the bottom of the range. This method for entry is a lot riskier and you do lose more trades, but you generally get better entries than you would waiting for indecision, and you miss out on less trades. So it's a kind of trade up where you get more trades, you get in at a better price, but you're going to have to take more losses to do that. But the numbers theoretically, well, not theoretically, but looking at statistics, they work out at being more profitable even though you take a few more losses. So this trade has been entered. I'm going to move it to the open trades, open setups section. Next is GBPAUD. This one, a lot of people have set their entry orders already. I'm still very interested in entering it. I'm just probably going to wait until tomorrow because we're getting indecision again today. It's stalling out again today, but it has tried to move in a bullish direction. I'm not that confident that this is ready to turn around. I may still open it today. I'll let you guys know via Discord because we have a new Discord server for members. I'll let you guys know via Discord if I do enter this trade. So let's look for some new setups real quick. AUD not doing much. AUD nice little reversal here on AUD I would watch out for this area up here, the 84.50 on AUD but it's not really close to there yet, so let's not worry too much about that. AUD has pulled back up to resistance, but there's nothing I would really want to trade there. Nothing on CAD CHF. Finally getting some movement in the markets, which is nice to see. I was away for 2 weeks and the markets weren't really moving. And now as soon as I'm back, we're starting to see movement, which is very good. Right, EURJPY, this one's somewhat interesting. Price has pushed up to resistance. It's not quite there yet, but it's very close. It's close enough for me to put it on the potential setups list and keep a very close eye on this. I want to look for a short from this resistance area if it stalls out at the resistance area. If it breaks straight through, then I'll be looking for a short from the resistance area up here at the 134.00. And if it breaks through that without stalling, then I'll actually be looking for a long. So there's a lot that can happen here. We just need to wait and see how it reacts at this resistance area, and then potentially, if it breaks straight through, look for a long trade through to the next resistance area. I will not be looking for a long trade from this resistance area to here because that area could be very tricky. So first thing to look for is for price to stall out here. All the other stuff that I mentioned, that comes later, so we can discuss that later. But for now, let's look for price to stall out at this resistance area and turn around. That would give us a sort of, a very messy head and shoulders pattern. it's really not a great head and shoulders pattern, but it would be something like that. Yeah, it's not a great one. But that's the kind of thing I'm looking for, essentially. Not to trade the head and shoulders, but just a reversal that would give us a shoulder, essentially. Right, so let's look for some other setups. Someone asked me to take a look at Euro GBP on the Discord. I don't really see anything here worth trading, in my opinion. So I won't be doing anything there on Euro GBP. GBP New Zealand, there might be potential for a long continuation if it drops back down to the support area. It's not there yet, so I'm not gonna do anything with that one. New Zealand JPY has pulled back up to resistance. It could be a short here. Gonna wait to see if it stalls out at this resistance area. Yeah, don't see much there. USD-CAD turning around quite quick. Yeah, that is it for today's analysis, guys. That is it. I'm going to just take another quick scan of the charts to see if I missed anything. I know AUD looks very similar to New Zealand JPY and Euro JPY. So you might be thinking, why am I looking to trade New Zealand JPY, not AUD USD, which is very similar? And the simple answer is that this is probably going to be the target for AUD USD, and there's not much space between resistance and the target. I like to set my target on a trade like this at the previous low, and there's just not that much space to take a good trade. Whereas New Zealand JPY, it had dipped a fair bit lower before reversing, so there's a fair bit more space here to get a good target in. So AUD USD looks somewhat tempting, but I might give it a pass. That being said, if you really want to get into a trade with a pretty tight risk to reward ratio, or perhaps enter on a retrace of some sort, so you might get an entry all the way up here, you might be able to get a decent risk to reward ratio for something like this. So I'll put it on the list, but personally I'm staying out of it. Yeah, I don't believe I've missed anything. That's it for today's analysis, guys. So let's do a real quick summary. AUD/USD, we just discussed this one, so just looking for a potential reversal from here. Personally, I'm not entering it, but if you want to get into a reversal from here, it's viable. AUD/CAD, we're just waiting for price to drop down into support for a potential long trade from this support area. GBPAUD, waiting for price to stall out on this resistance area. It stalled out yesterday. It's again giving us some indecision today. In theory, you could definitely enter today. It would be a valid setup today. And I might still do that. I'll let you guys know via Discord if I do enter the trade. If I enter it, it will roughly, and this is a very rough estimate, it will look something like this. So entry price 1.8429, profit or target is 1.8208, and stop is 1.8533. Again, very rough, but that's kind of what I would want to do with a trade like this. Euro JPY just waiting for price to hit this resistance area for a potential short from resistance, and New Zealand JPY just waiting for price to stall out on this resistance area for a potential short from resistance. EURCAD, since yesterday, this trade has triggered, so we're just looking for price to shoot up from the support area. It could push straight through the support area and hit the stop, but that's the risk you run by entering a trade in this way and not waiting for indecision. So let's just see how this one plays out. Thank you guys for watching the analysis, and I'll see you for tomorrow's analysis.